Good evening, good evening. Welcome to SuperCars NZ Allports Gaming, round one of the GT3s. This is Doug and I'll be joined in the broadcasting lounge shortly by Sean. So tonight we have round one. It's at Phillip Island and we have approximately 30, possibly about 38 40 cars ready for tonight's battles. Here's a quick overview of the track. The track is 4.41 kilometres there. The current weather is set to 23 degrees Celsius. The time is set to morning at approximately 7 AM. That's why we can see the lovely, beautiful orange glow of the sunrise out there over Phillip Island in Australia. This is going to be quite an interesting season for the GT3s as we tour from Australia over to Japan, and then from Japan over into Europe, and then we're going to be taking a quick dip into England for a couple of rounds before we shoot off to the States, and then to finish up the series we'll be coming back for one last race in Australia. So this is a GT3 Summer Series tour of the world. So I'm just going to go and find Sean and drag him up here because I'm sure he'll be wanting to say hello. Stand by. G'day Sean, Doug here mate. I've done the introductory stuff for the race tonight, and I thought I'd drag you up in here so the guys can hear your lovely voice. And no problem there with Sean's mic. I'm guessing he might have muted himself or he's disappeared away from there, so what I'll do, instead of him, I'm going to drag Shane White up for a quick hello. Hey Whitey, Doug here mate. I've dragged Sean up here mate, but he's incognito. I don't know if he's stepped away from his rig or not, but would you mind giving the folks at home a hello and maybe a quick rundown of Phillip Island and how many numbers of turns and stuff we got here mate?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Doug, how's it going? Yeah, so Phillip Island, just off the coast of Melbourne, Victoria in Australia, as I have a big moment, and into the tyres.
Sorry, mate.
So if you're on board with me, you just had a look at how you end up with the tyres over Lukey Heights. So I'm not 100% on the number of turns because I don't have the track map in front of me, but yeah, it's a nice undulating circuit, famous for hosting the Australian round of MotoGP, as well as a lot of very good V8 supercar races here. And tonight we're bringing the GT3s along for what should be a good track for them and should put on some good racing with some nice flowing undulating corners.
Yeah, awesome stuff, mate. Yeah, thanks for that. Sorry to put you a bit on the spot. So we've still got another 9 minutes of racing to go, of qualifying to go, and Shane will be lapping it out here tonight, battling for prime position. I can bring you up on the stream here to be able to show everyone what sort of embarrassing position that you've set so far for yourself. Once I find your name.
You do have to scroll down quite a long way, unfortunately.
Yeah, a long way down. So 22nd spot, only 1.5 seconds off the fastest lap time currently, which Connor Nixon has set of a 1:27.7. So nothing to sneeze at there, Shane. And you're obviously rocking the Porsche for the season, as we can see on screen.
Yeah, changing it up. Couple of my teammates for the endurance, the iRacing special event endurance races, wanted me to think about using the Porsche in those events this year. So giving a bit of a test run in the summer series here. So we'll see how it goes, and we may be using it in the Bathurst 12-hour in February.
Very cool. Yeah, I've just brought your teammate Mark Wright up, and yes, folks, that's not mistaken. That is a Welsh flag beside his name there, and his car is nearly identical to Shane's. Actually, I think this one might be identical all round. It's got
The only difference with Mark's one is he's got his name above the door and the Welsh flag next to that name, and also the Welsh flag down in front of the door and around on the rear bumper as well.
Oh, very cool. How are the folks settling at the moment with having the short pit exit lane there? I can saw a few cars as Mark went past, sort of struggling a bit. G'day there, Sean.
Yeah, a few guys are still using the longer one, but I think I just sort of gave the explanation that, hey, just don't cause a crash. If it causes a crash, that's when there's going to be problems. So whichever pit exit you're going to use, we would like you to use the short one, but the main thing is just don't cause a crash.
Yeah, I can actually see
you have to use the short one.
Yeah, and I can actually see that Craig's help out with assisting with that. I'll click onto Craig's car, and you can see that he's actually parked it there in the long entrance of pit lane right beside the blue cone to force people onto the short part. So hopefully people are using their relatives smartly, I should say. And with that, yeah, Sean, we've done the intro, and I dragged you up and had a wee gas bag to you, and then you didn't reply, so I dragged Shane up, and he did very good to follow the time yet. So I'm going to say thank you, Shane, and I'm going to put you back downstairs with the rest of the guys and your teammate, and wish you good luck for the race, and please try and look after that Porsche of yours and not lose the rear end, because we will bring it up on the stream and we will both laugh.
I know you will, and I will try not to give you anything to laugh at.
Very good, mate. Alright, best of luck for you.
Cheers, boys.
See you. Yeah, so Sean, you went incognito there, mate. You left me high and dry.
Yeah, well, it doesn't say you're live, so I don't know you're live. You haven't shared your screen at all. I was about to text you.
Oh, well, guess what?
So,
if you had it set on YouTube to tell you that it's live, it's definitely live.
Nice. So we're watching a bit of practice. We got how long to go? 5 minutes to go in practice.
No, this is qualifying coming up towards the end.
5 minutes going qualifying. Yeah,
yep,
5 minutes going qualifying. Sorry. Yep.
So just as it ticks through a couple of cars, I've got Taylor Mitchell just on screen at the moment, and what I'll do for you, Sean, is I will share what I'm looking at, so then we're on the same page. You can have a little bit of that.
Awesome, mate. Thank you.
As it's just clicked over to Connor Nixon, who's got a very, very short gap margin there from first place Xavier Simmons. And unfortunately, I was going to try and get in touch with Xavier tonight via their Discord. I've got the Discord come through on my phone, but it's not populating here on the computer one. So unfortunately, Xavier, if you've checked in, thank you for turning up, representing Allports. I know you were going to give them a shout out. We'll try and touch base with you either again on Tuesday with the V8s or on the following GT3 round. So I gave the folks at home a bit of a quick rundown on this GT3 Summer Series. It's the tour of the world that Shane and I have set up. What was your overall thought about how that had been laid out and designed when you first saw the video come through promoting it?
Oh, it was awesome, mate. It was something different we hadn't seen before. It actually gained a little bit of interest too, well, quite a lot of interest actually, hence the field we have tonight. So yes. I love it that you guys always bring something new along to the series. It's hard keeping up with all the admin work that we've got to do, but it's always nice to see a new video like that. So I personally enjoyed it. And it sort of gave you a little bit of heads up and a little bit of keen for the guys to sign up for the series. So you probably helped get a few extra numbers, a few new names that we haven't seen before in the field. So yeah. So I thought it was an awesome idea, and well done to you and Shane for putting it together. Pity you went and injured yourself, and you couldn't do the voiceover.
No, I know. Yes. So the reason why I'm here tonight, well, for two reasons really. Is Wayne's off at a work do, drinking a few too many orange juices, and he said he may pop in for a hello, but I don't know whether we want him to stick around. If he does, he might cause more of a nuisance than benefit. So Wayne, if you're listening there to the stream at home, hello, and feel free just to carry on as you are, mate. Don't worry about us. Yeah, and the second reason why I'm here doing this and not participating in the usual GT3 series, which is my favourite, is because a couple of weeks ago I decided to have a silly moment on my mountain bike, and I broke 8 of my ribs down the right hand side of my body, and included a small lung puncture. So I'm only a couple of weeks into recovery. I've got a hefty amount of painkillers on board, but I'm sitting in one of my cosiest seats in the house, which is obviously my sim seat. So I'm happy to be here with you, and happy to be commentating on the GT3s.
Awesome, mate.
Yeah, so
we're here. Yeah.
No, you go. You're right.
Right, so we're here at Phillip Island. Lovely
Yes.
views. They always talk about the views coming down into turn 1. But I'm always like, mate, I've got no time to look at the views. I'm trying to hit my brake marker or in the car. Or turn 1 and 2 is, if you're fast, you're right on the edge of going off the track. So
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get a few breakdowns and watching a few cars just right on the edge. And we're talking these fast guys up the front. I see Blake is rather quick. Look at this. This new guy that was keen to race with us is absolutely storming.
So this young fella, Blake Dowdle, I know a little but not a lot about him, but he's actually races in Formula Fords here in New Zealand, after stepping up from the grade below, which I'm not too sure which one that is exactly. Again, I know a little but not a lot, but I know that he does very well, and he's another young fella up and coming in New Zealand with the racing. So I believe him and Jack Gronwald probably know each other quite well, and have probably raced against each other a wee bit. I can't see if Jack's here tonight, and so Jack, who wins a lot of his real life racing events, is sitting here in 19th spot currently. I can bring him.
Well, obviously, he hasn't put a time together.
Yeah, actually, Yep, no, he's done a time. Sorry, did you say they've probably spent a bit of time together?
No. Has he done a time, has he?
Yes, yep, he has. He's sitting 19th. He did a 1:28.7, and that puts him in 19th spot, and that time is only 1.119 seconds slower than our fastest, as we come to the conclusion of qualifying, and we should be getting very ready to see the names popping up onto the starting grid. So it looks like it's letting the last few cars
finish its lap.
They will.
Yeah, should do. Since it's not heat racing.
Yeah, so it looks like Cole Taylor's just jumped up from where he was to 25th position. Trent Bennett here, just coming around the last corner now to come across the line. We'll see if he does anything better for himself. No, not that one. And Campbell Richards, a new name for me. Do you know anything about Campbell Richards there, Sean?
Yeah, he stayed out of my way yesterday, so that's good. No, he's new to the V8s. Like I've signed all these guys up, so we'll take a while for us to get some background knowledge on these guys. As long as they keep it clean out there, that's obviously my biggest hope. So hopefully they keep it clean, do nice tidy racing, and get to the end and go into the draw. We haven't talked about the draw yet.
No, we haven't mentioned the draw yet. So there was really an initiative from yourself, but it was highly supported by the admin team, or all of us here at the admin team. So give us a rundown about it in case people didn't tune in on Tuesday for the
On
V8s.
Tuesday, yes. So obviously Christmas coming up, people are a bit tight for money, and as this league, we always gave away prizes first, second, and third at the end of the season, and in all our different championships. And sitting there thinking, there's a lot of guys in our league who turn up every week, put a lot of effort in just to try and race clean and do all that side of it. And they never got a chance to win some money. So I was all like, well, let's try and just give away for the people that finish the race. And hence, if you finish the race, you're going to draw to win $100 for all 3 championships this week. So I feel pretty happy that we can do that. And a big thanks to Allport for letting it happen.
Yeah, certainly, Steph. We wouldn't be where we are without the support of our sponsors, and Allport Gaming being the major main sponsor and returnee for third consecutive season. So no, very much appreciate that. Seriously, if anyone is considering getting into racing or upgrading any bits and pieces that they've got for themselves, get yourself a last minute Christmas present. Check out allports.nz. That's their website, allports.nz. They do a whole array of sim-related products, and if you're one of the lucky ones, like some of the few drivers that we have here, they're actually fully motorsport affiliated as well. So they have a whole array of motorsport racing safety equipment, extra accessories, anything that you could possibly imagine to put into your car that's not a factory item. They'll be able to sort you out. So thank you again, Allports, for coming on board and joining us. We truly appreciate it.
That's it. And as the clock ticks down, I don't get too excited because they've got to do a whole lap.
They sure
We
do.
get to talk about who starts where, and there's one missing off the grid there. There's one missing off the grid. Who would that be? That's like third place.
That's Xavier Simmons, of all things, Allports Gaming car. So not too sure whether he's...
yeah, I think he'd be in pit lane somewhere. Let's see where is his car in pit lane? Do we actually get to see it? I can't quite see there.
Not too sure. Yeah, why that happened that way.
He's disconnected. He's actually disconnected. Sorry, mate. Came up on my little data screen.
I'm sorry to say, but my frames are just getting a wee bit grabby there across the start line. So hopefully that settles down a bit. I can read down through our list of drivers. It'll be a wee bit tricky for you now, seeing they're going to be chopping and changing. So I'll go through the grid order. So qualified first was Blake Dowdle. Second was Connor Nixon. Third was Hogan Shrimpton. And then fourth was Graham Smythe. Then we had Mackenzie Stewart in fifth. BJ O'Keefe there in sixth. Dane Northduff in seventh. Brendan Partridge, an Allport sponsored vehicle there in eighth. Taylor Mitchell, MRX Jump Flex, he just hasn't got a livery on his car, in ninth. And Roger Forbett took out the 10th spot. What else have we got? So we've got Craig Mason, admin, last season the GT3 organisee. So well done, Craig, you got 11th spot there. Sam Neal in 12th. Blake Greenhall's taken out position 13. Leith Swinney has got 14th spot there. So a few cars might be just have fallen away off the back of the grid there. Nick Mitchell in 15th. Bruce Tannock in 16th. Jack Gronwald 17th. As they sort of jump around a wee bit. Scott McKenzie 18. Bill Kilger 19. And Cole Taylor taken 21st spot. I'll throw that in there for the likes of Wayne, who likes to say 21th. It for some reason makes him feel better about life.
So you're a few spots out because obviously Xavier disappeared. So as the safety car goes in and then they come around to the start, mate, I'll leave it over to you to do the start.
Awesome, cheers, mate. So I'm going to try and do some camera work as they come down. They're underway. Green flag is flying. They're all going
Tighten
past
that,
the start finish line. A few going 3 wide. Coming into turn 1 here, all clean. Can they all bring it up under the brakes? I hear a car swirling.
Yeah, 2 off.
There's
3
a
off.
few, getting
4
a few
off.
punted. Hold the brakes,
5
boys.
off. Oh no, they're all coming. Southern. Oh, they've come straight across the track. Collected a few other people. Oh
They'll
well.
be coming around here now. It's still heavy battles here at the front between Blake,
inside line.
Connor.
No, he doesn't throw it down there. Well done.
And I've got our radio channel turned off so we can't hear all the eruption of screaming people, which you're probably getting an earful of it at the moment.
Yeah. To be honest, only 2, so it's good. Someone saying something and just somebody else saying Merry Christmas. So
nice stuff. Oh, it's good to hear that everyone's so happy.
So there's a front group of cars. We've got seven in there.
Good wee battle pack, and I can already see that Craig has moved up a. No, was that Craig or BJ? No, BJ's moved up a wee bit of a spot, and so had Craig. Oh, that's a backwards camera from where it's supposed to be. So here we go, coming across the line.
Stop.
And who was that?
Keep it understeer. If you go back a couple of cars, you'll find out who that is.
Oh, you can see Taylor Mitchell looked like he just walked into the wall. Yep, he did. Taylor Mitchell went off the track. Mackenzie Stewart went off the track. We can have a quick look at that.
Did they contact us?
This is Mackenzie Stewart. He's a recently fast lane Allports Gaming sponsored driver, and he took out P2 in the championship last season. So actually that one wasn't too bad. Taylor Mitchell, this one was a wee bit more extreme.
Third quarter? Yeah, the Aldi's a pig.
Yeah. Actually, I know what I need to do. Sorry, I'm going to just clutter the screen up with some garbage for a second, folks. Sorry, apologies. I should have checked this at the beginning. That'll help the old frame rates out as well. I still had it set for my.
Oh, he's got a game.
Oh, he did too. Sorry, no, I just clicked live on that after we saw that.
Yeah. Wade does that all the time. Don't worry about it.
I know. Well, I suppose he's not here, so.
Like, all the time. It's like we're watching something and it's like, but it's alright. It's hard to do your job, mate. I don't do it, so that's why you do it. It's a bit of a gang with cars. Well, there's one going to the pits there.
That looked to be Matthew Griffin going into the pits. So we're just on board with Quinn Wilson. He's currently up 10 spots into 14th there. That's a heck of an improvement. We've actually got quite a few that have shuffled their way around. Steve Farron just behind him, up 12.
Yeah.
Trent Bennett there, up 10.
Oh, right off Jenkins.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that he managed to rejoin. Something happened to him towards the end of practice where someone collected him, and he said that he came up as disqualified. So I tried to clear that for him, but I saw he disconnected. Maybe
Me too.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully someone got a message to him.
I texted his friend, and he obviously came back in, and I cleared his flags as soon as he got back in. So it's actually at turn 1. So if you have contact at turn 1, it throws you across the track, and you can't stop.
Yeah, and of course it throws you right out back into the track about turn 3.
Traffic. Yeah, which is in real life, that's crazy if that can actually happen. So.
Oh, exactly. I'm sure they've probably got some different barriers and stuff, because there's definitely a drainage system that goes through there about twice, and then a hump on the other end. So, but we are currently on with Brendan Partridge, who should be supporting the number 3, because he finished 3rd last season in the GT3. So we'll look to see cool and exciting things from him. Back up the front here, Blake Dowdle just possibly going to get a little bit of pressure here from Connor Nixon.
That car there?
Yep, just giving Taylor Mitchell the old flash of the lights that they're coming through. they will have blue flags, but the GT3s, you don't need to really adhere to that because there is going to be a couple of pit stops. So by the time people cycle through, everyone's going to be battling for position. Obviously, if you can, make it easy for the cars to go by so you don't upset your own race strategy is probably more preferential. But yeah, blue flags, GT3s doesn't really count. So the faster car, or the car following, needs to do its best to be able to get past safely and cleanly. So it's jumped back to Quinn Wilson here again, because this is where the battles are at, and I can see Quinn's chasing down Dane, who is giving Shane White, our admin and running in the Porsche this season, a run for the money. Dane was, even though he says he's down 5 spots, and if you have a look, he's actually running an Allports gaming livery on the car. He spoke to Richard, or Chitty as he gets called, about running that for nothing, because he likes giving credit to our sim related product providers here in New Zealand, with Dane obviously being an Australian boy. Yeah, so credit to you, Dane, for doing that. He's not getting anything out of it. He just wanted to help promote Allports gaming.
Yeah, we don't hold it against him that he's an Aussie, so he's alright.
Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned that. Shane White, there he is. Just getting past there by Dane.
By Dane.
He's given that time. I don't know if Shane's got a little bit of nose damage there. It looks to be the Porsche just running a wee bit of a snubbed nosed appearance. I could probably have a look at that. Oh yes, definitely. It's like it's got the droop, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So obviously, he didn't use his brake pedal when he should have. Somewhere. See, that's a nice clean front. That's how it should look like, Shane.
Sorry, so that's Quinn Wilson's one there, and that's quite a hit.
Oh, who's slow there? Who's slow through there?
Was it Trent? No.
I don't know why you'd be so slow.
Who is that? Must be lap traffic.
Yeah, it's still too slow though. Coming up to it at pace, that's like 100 k's different speed, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to flick through a couple because I was actually quite interested.
Yeah. Is it? No?
BMW, Thomas McCall. No, it wasn't him. James McKenzie.
Ah.
And that livery looks like it was possibly designed for something else entirely. That's I don't want to say it, but that looks like a PSR Mercedes went and threw up on the side of the BMW. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
what happened there? Oh, is another car off?
I'm going to have a look at that because I saw Ride-Off Jenkins and James McKenzie crashed, Shane White crashed, Trent Bennett crashed. Let's have a look at Trent Bennett because he's the first one in this. Someone served him from behind.
Yep, there it is there.
Who was?
Oh, everyone just checked up.
Joel Hanks, I think it was.
And that should be a readdress, shouldn't it? You would have thought.
Yes. So on board there with Joel.
Although did he turn down a little bit? I'd have to see it again.
Yeah, we'll leave that for
normally I'd leave the wheel open a little bit if I saw someone doing that.
So Shane White was caught up in
that as well. So he's definitely well wide. Under brakes. Yeah, I reckon he's turned down on him.
Oh, that's...
Someone's eyes lit up that they were going to get a pass on 33. Hey, that's what's happened. He's like, oh, he's braking early. I'll take him. Oh, no, there's a brake.
There we go. That's.
And then James did the right thing. So out of all of that, I think James showed the best talent. He didn't have anyone.
We've had a bit of a drama here. Taylor Mitchell went off the track and then he jumped to the pits. Oh, he's had He's had
Another one.
a
I think he's
moment.
picked the wrong car. That car is definitely awful to drive. You can tell us
and
more
it's
about
damaged anyway. You can see it's fallen over there on the right rear. Look at that.
So you must, yeah.
Actually,
so
it's missing a. I was going to say, is it missing a wheel? It was actually scratching on the ground.
you need to find the accident beforehand because he's already been in the pits. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's already been on the wall. Yeah, so possibly.
No,
this
but he
one?
went to the pits. He was a lap down. So that's damaged there already. That's the same one, isn't it?
Mitchell,
yeah.
this one here.
Yep, the car's clean there.
And turn one drama. It is.
Oh, the old tank sliver! He got the tank sliver on. Bad luck, Taylor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Horrendous. Anyway, we'll get back out of
Move
there
on.
and we'll go back up to the front so we can see what battle's happening there. Someone we haven't spoken about yet, Graham Smythe.
Graham, yeah.
In his all blacked out Porsche. And he's done just enough to hang on to the back of there. He's showing up 2 grid spots there, but he might have possibly started there if having Xavier not start. Brett O'Keefe, OKMS, Motorsport and Graphics. If you're after a livery, get in touch with BJ there.
Yeah, there is a waiting list, I hear.
Yes.
BJ to do something. So
yeah,
he's that good. You have to get in early.
And probably asking around Christmas and New Year's is the wrong time.
Oh no, he's dedicated sim racer. He's definitely into it. Obviously, if you need an urgent one, he'll just charge them all. So
yes, that's right.
Yeah, hit him up. He does a really cool job, and I was a part of their team for quite some time, and it's a really good bloke. So
yeah, and I must say, I haven't had the pleasure of being affiliated to the team, apart from one very unfortunate Suzuka endurance race, and then I very quickly got removed from the team again. But Brett was super helpful to me towards the beginning of last season, getting some laps under my belt in the Audi, and he'd done a great livery for the Audi as well for me. So thank you for that, BJ. We've got Mackenzie Stewart. We had a look at him before. He's in the Ferrari. I'm going to get rid of that screen for a minute because it's just cluttering up a wee bit too much of the screen for my liking. So yeah, great look there. Allports, Fast Lane Esports there. Mackenzie, well done. Craig Mason, another OKMS backed vehicle, and very
someone just went sideways. Someone just went sideways. There, Craig or BJ.
Graham Smythe went off the track, and Cole Taylor had went off the track. Graham Smythe crashed, so we'll have a look at Cole Taylor, and then we'll look at Graham. So this is on board with Cole.
Going over Lukey Heights, he's run wide. He forgot to brake. I've done that. He's upside down.
And that's why it said that he jumped to the pits. Graham Smythe crash.
So I think BJ was behind them.
Just
Lukey Heights as well.
Yeah, this was just ahead, so that's really unfortunate. There
goes BJ, but he stopped it.
Oh, well done, Graham. That there is awesome. He's known that the cars will be coming through on the racing line on the left, and he's reversed up so he can rejoin the track on the right. So to sacrifice a little bit more time, but to keep everyone safe and happy, I'm really pleased to see that. Well done, Graham.
Yeah, I think Graham's quite on to it.
Sorry that you had your wee whoopsie there. So we've jumped back on with Craig. Hogan Shripton down 3 from where he started. Puma livery there.
The spot's still not too bad, is it? So
no, you definitely can't complain.
He's coming up on Graham. He's probably just trying to get his bearings again and try not to lock the rears, which we've heard that it happens to that Porsche, haven't we?
Yes,
locking the rears a little bit.
Yeah, I've recently changed over to that one as well, even though I'm not doing the competitive side of it on the Thursday night. I took it for I will say a spin or two last night in the practice session. It might have been more like 10, because yeah, rear end very hard to keep under control in the Porsche, but that's a challenge that I like to give myself each season, is jump into a different car and try and master it over the 12-week period. My favourite being the Ferrari. That's my go-to if I'm doing anything else. We'll have a look here. We've got Bruce Tanak, Mag and Turbo entry. He's sitting in 7th, up 9 from where he had started, and looking just behind him is Nick Mitchell, MRX entry, and wanted to say welcome back to Nick and his team, the MRX team. They were a wee bit missed last season. I'm guessing they were just very busy with work, or possibly doing some other competitive racing that took them away from the regular Thursday night.
We had a couple. We had a couple of them. So we had
I think Aaron turned up for some, and Shane McLeod was definitely there as we see Nick fall away there, as he just lost the rear end of his car, which looked a little something like this, as he's trying to get on the gas a bit too early, run wide, just clip the grass, and then he has a wobble and a wobble.
Oh,
done
what
very
a
well.
save!
Done very well to hold on to it. Gave that away, obviously. That looked like Roger Forbett going by, and that was Dane just getting involved there towards the end, as we shoot back to live, and that's just still off the back of. That's inside the car of Mr. Tanak.
Yeah, the old 1-2 winner from Tuesday night.
Yes.
Won both races. So, Bruce, bit of contact, a bit of net code in the middle, which was a little controversy put up there, and he could have got a penalty, and it was net code in the end, so he survived to go on and win the race. So well done, Bruce.
Oh, very good. So I can see there's a few people having some moments, and one of them being Shane White. So this will probably be our chance to have a laugh at his misfortune. So we'll bring that up.
We don't laugh at his misfortune. Oh, tank slapper. So Nick did the job a little bit better. That's a massive moment, man. That's massive.
Yeah. So. Didn't quite park it there on the racing line, but there was definitely a moment, and he'll be feeling frustrated enough about that. I can hear you rummaging around in your beer fridge, mate. Can you throw us one?
Yeah, of course I could.
Awesome. Cheers, huh?
Speaking about beers, are we doing a stream this Saturday for the first time?
We will.
Whoa! Oh, that is some cool stuff going on there.
that was quite fortunate timing. Roger Forbett, Bruce Tanak, Dane Northworth, Brendan Partridge, Steve Darren, and Scott McKenzie all jumping into pits at the same time.
My money's on Bruce for the time. Craig's just exited. BJ's just exited the pits. Graham Smythe's just taken someone out by accident, by the sound of it.
Yeah. So we've put there's Roger actually getting out of there first. Brendan Partridge is on his way out. There's Bruce and Steve Darren. How are they going to go joining back into the trails there? Pretty good. There's Dane coming out. Yeah, so we're currently on, lap 13 of probably about 27 or 8, I would say, for the race.
Yeah, we're not halfway.
No. So and that's a good thing to point out. So we've done a bit of a shorter fuel margin for the season. We've locked it at 35%. And
nice.
What that should do with a few tracks is give the ability that we might have just one pit stop at some of the shorter tracks, maybe 2 or 3 at some of the longer ones, the cars can only take on a maximum of 35% fuel load. So at any time they can stop and refill back up to that margin, but they can't exceed that. A pit stop, I would think of about 50% or more fuel would be enough to cover 2 tyres, and anything from about 70% up would be enough to cover all 4. So with keeping that in mind, and the guys having to stop a few times, they do have a bit of strategy play that some of them have probably come in now to take all fuel, no tyres. Some who might have been burning up, trying to push a wee bit harder, might decide to take the loaded side of the car, being predominantly the right hand side, or if they've been overspinning it coming out of corners, they might decide to just take rears. So with all of that being done, we'll have a time deficit added to the length of time that they've come in to pit for fuel, but the trade-off might be that they have better tyre life towards the end of the race and be able to pull cars back in. So there's still a wee bit of strategy play at hand that the guys can take.
Nice work.
And this is Bill.
I haven't seen Bill yet, and he's been nice and quiet, so well done, Bill. Up a couple of spots, trudging along, just doing his thing. Well done. We don't want to give him the commentator's curse, so hopefully he keeps it on track.
Yep. What else have we got? We've got Peter Vanderberg. He's a new one. I actually saw a comment of his on I believe it was the NZ Sim buy and sell page, and he was asking if anyone out there knew of any good leagues. So I turned around and of course promoted our one, and yeah, credit to him, Peter. He seemed interested. He asked a few extra questions. I flicked him through some details, and lo and behold, he registered and turned up. And he had his first poke in the V8s on Tuesday night, having never really driven them before, and seemed to go fairly well. I think he managed to get into the lower end of the top 20, which was pretty good, seeing we had a field of 41 cars at the end?
Probably close to that, back.
Yeah, so that was good stuff. So welcome Peter. Take no judgment of your surname there, with you obviously being South African.
Oh, is he? I never would have known.
There we go.
I would have guessed.
Yep,
Yeah.
no, he is, but I pointed him in the right direction and said that there's a couple others hiding amongst our crew. For him, he did the right thing, and he's chosen to live in New Zealand. So we can't take that away from him.
So, can you put up pit stops for me, please?
I can, step by. So down
Mackenzie
to
Stewart
position.
in first.
Yeah, so putting down to 23rd, I can click on 23 and it'll bring up the rest of the...
No, I just want to know how Mackenzie got in front. Oh, we missed the pass. Will Mackenzie get him into first place?
Okay, well...
I wonder how he did that. Snuck in there, got that done.
There we go. So what I'll do is I'll have a look back up through the data. Let's see if I can find Mackenzie's name, because he's done a very good job to get himself into there, and maybe there's a wee bit of strategy. He took a slightly shorter fuel stop now, knowing that he might have to take...
So would you do 2 tyres and 2 tyres in your stops?
I would possibly look at leaving the first one.
Yeah.
And possibly just take maybe some rear tyres for the end. I have a tendency to chew rears, because I don't tend to have... I think I've got a frozen ankle joint. It doesn't tend to pivot on the accelerator. That's why I can't drive the V8s. So yeah, I tend to chew rears trying to get on the gas coming out of corners.
But if you do,
that's
all this crash there.
That's Mark Wright had crashed.
Yeah. But if you can do 2 tyres for free while you're fueling, you'd be silly not to do at least 2.
Sorry, that was a little bit of data. There we go, that's Mark Wright. Just losing the rear end coming out of turn 3 there. And has he done enough to keep out of people's way? He's held the brake. Well done. Another
done.
good bit of... won't talk too soon.
Wait, won't talk too soon. We'll see whatever. Yeah.
He's managed to read the relative nicely on that one. Everyone giving a wee bit of space, and that's good because he has come back onto the track, which is effectively on the racing line. But I mean, you can't really do too much more when you're on that side of the track. But the guys have seen him out there and given him the space. There's this gentleman here, which you know a little bit about.
Yes, so again, I don't know how he found our league. We must be hiding because people can't find us. But he's a Hamilton business owner and on the side of the car, Better Auto Parts. I obviously know the name's quite famous around Hamilton too, Lovegrove. So quick. He was very well. He wasn't quick, and then he turned up in a practice for the race night on the V8, and he set a very blistering time. So he's an older gentleman like myself. You know, not too old. You know, still got years ahead of him, but avid race car driver, knows his stuff, knows how to watch his mirrors, and well, with only just turning up here, he's pretty clean. So impressed by what I've seen so far from Derek, and wish him all the best in the league. And straight away I said I used to buy parts off him. He said, "Oh mate, just hook me up for a price. You need anything?" He still does it online and trained me and everything. So Better Auto Parts, having a look, Ford Holden. And maybe some bits in between. But you've got some other data you want to show me?
I'd actually and I don't know whether I want to keep bringing it up or not, but Shane's teammate just showed crashing twice and then looping it for a third time there just before the end.
Well, that's exactly what Taylor Mitchell did. Taylor Mitchell did the same thing.
That's great.
See,
that's Graham Smythe, I think.
Probably should have yellow flag showing. So
it would have. So I think this is Smythe.
Let's have a look.
Gone and given him a drilling. So I mean, Mark was holding the brake.
He hasn't slowed down.
Oh, look at the wheel has fallen off the front there.
The tether hasn't held the wheel on. That's a safety issue. We'll have to investigate that.
Yeah. What else have we got here? There's a wee bit of data. Blake Greenhall has gone off the track.
We talked about Blake, the old number stealer. Let's have a look at him. Look at that. Oh, he's passed the car.
Missed his brake marker. I bet he's missed it. I could see it a mile away.
Blakey boy. Yeah, he's alright. He's a good fella.
No, he is.
Got a lot of time for him.
Good.
He comes across as really nice, but he's actually a real prick.
He's a black sheep. I don't like him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
He stole third place from me 2 seasons ago.
Craig's just been on the mic apologising to someone. So what's he done, Craig Mason?
Okay, let's have a
look there. And we haven't done a hot lap.
Yeah. Craig Mason went off track. Yep, we'll have a squiz at that.
Oh,
that's the
end
of it.
The replay there. That's alright. It's not your fault. We're trying to figure that one out.
Just as I went to click on it, it moved, and that's what I don't like.
That's re-entry. That's a penalty. That re-entry was terrible.
So here it is. Craig going off, and we'll let this run. We'll let this run.
Oh yeah. Oh, and guess what? Is that turn 2?
That is turn 2 to turn 3. Yep.
That's been my major complaint about this setup. Was that corner?
Here we go. He's straight onto the racing line. We'll just leave that at that.
Yeah, he did apologise, but it wasn't nice.
Was this him? Campbell Richards crashed.
No,
it wasn't him, but Campbell's done a. I tried to just give a bit too much space there to Nick, and he's looped the rear.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good
footage. I liking this from the
people backing up off the track and then waiting,
the boys,
and he'll wait, and then he'll go. He went to go. He's like, that's right, that's not going to work. And there we go. Love it. I do like it. Better than the V8 drivers. I'm going to put that out there.
There we go. It is really good. Here we go. Blake Dowdle crash. So this is
Oh,
probably
this
is
is
sitting
P2?
in P4. Oh, he's had a nudge.
Oh, no! Oh, who was that car?
It was that one there, which I believe might be Mackenzie Stewart,
Yeah.
which I think he should
from the
give
lead.
that up.
Yeah.
So there might be a wee bit of post-race
Stuff going on.
crying, and for the right reasons. Blake won't be
Yeah.
too happy about that. But anyway, we'll look
Might
who's
put it out.
managed to claim first place.
Oh, BJ, for the silent assassin.
There he is, up 6 into there. Hasn't taken the second stop just yet, but I imagine they're probably coming up in a couple of minutes needing to do that. BJ probably switched on enough to think, I'm going to sit back and cruise, try and save a little bit, and see what they can do about that. I'm going to have a look at just Xavier never got back into the race.
No, he didn't. No, he actually manually disconnected.
Okay,
Should we jump in car and do a hot lap with this baby here,
we
BJ?
might as well do it with BJ. Let me find.
We've got a couple of quarters to go. Over Lukey Heights, so he's going over Lukey Heights now, but
That's cool.
wait till more. You've got your cameras sorted. So this in-car, while people are looking, this is exactly what they see driving one of these cars.
Yeah.
As we're here at Phillip Island, we've got 12 turns coming up. I'm about to take you on a lap. 4.4 Ks. This track is really old. It opened, it closed, but it's been around for years. So, got a bit of information. The fastest lap time ever around here was set in 2022.
Wow.
All right, there we go. Try and guess what car it is while I take us on a lap. Coming down into turn 1. Lightly brake, changing into 5th, hug the inside without touching the curb, although the car in front hit the curb. Hug the inside around here, down into 3rd. This is the trickiest corner. You get a bit of rear slip in the car, can't turn it too much. He gave it a good old turn in there though. On the gas, run it right out to the outside. This is obviously blue flags in front, so this is going to be interesting. He should hold his line while he goes in the inside, perfect. Does he pull it up to the apex? He does. Hugs it nicely.
Stunning.
1st, 2nd, 3rd. Another tough corner here, just not to run too wide as catches you out. But BJ's done it beautifully on the gas. Should be hitting 3rd about there. Yep, yeah, he's got gas on nice and early. Foot flat through here, just plucking gears. Coming up to Lukey Heights, run wide, turn it in, down 2 gears. Or does he hold 4? That's where he's feeding me for time.
There we go. Yeah, I'd usually
Here's
go
how
down
you get
2.
time. Yep. Get into 1st, make sure you hug the inside. He ran a little bit wide there, but he obviously made it up for it going 4th over the Lukey Heights. So 2 more quarters. It's a little bit of throttle management. Coming up to the last quarter, it's foot flat, get your line right. He's turned it nice and early apex there, which is beautiful. 5th gear at the end. There's a lap of Phillip Island.
Awesome. I'm just going to stay on with him, but I'm going to turn up the car so the folks at home can hear a wee bit of the magic of this thing. that is a full lap of Phillip Island at pace with our current P1 driver, Brett O'Keefe, and he's doing an absolutely amazing job of lapping the circuit as we see lap 24 at the 35-minute mark, 10 minutes of racing to go, and with these guys currently doing about 1 minute 28 to 1 minute 30 laps, I would say that we're probably going to get close to seeing maybe 29 or 30 laps in total before we finish, and I don't imagine these guys are too far away from getting close to having to do their second stops, so we'll see what happens with that and see what other fun and exciting racing is happening out here. This has jumped on with Marty Mitchell down in 25th, but up 10 from where he started. He's done 3 stops already. There's actually a few people down there on 3. I'm guessing that's probably more to do with needing to go in to grab some repairs. But yeah, that's what's happening with that one. As we've jumped up to Steve Darren, who's got Sam Neal chasing him down. Steve Darren up 17 spots in the SDI entry Ferrari there. Really, really cool looking livery on this car, and looking amazing with the orange glow going off the side of it with the sun, which should have risen a wee bit more there. I can see Bruce Tannock in the pits at 12 minutes and 40 seconds, down in 34th spot. So he's obviously chilling out. It looks like he's actually got out of the car because I can't see a driver in there. Maybe he had to go for a pit stop. And there's Brett O'Keefe there in the pits. Blake Dowdall there as well. So this will be interesting to see how these guys come out. They're definitely getting a full stop there. Blake having done his pit stop was 17 seconds, so there's a good possibility that there was a full load of fuel and maybe a couple of tyres.
Yeah, you couldn't understand why BJ was so long.
BJ was 49 seconds, so he might have copped a penalty coming into the pits a wee bit too fast. I'll see if I can see.
He wasn't taking tyres either. His car wasn't up in the air.
So there's a possibility that he might have got a 40 second hold. So see if I can find
The bugger.
Brett's name. Left the pit lane.
We just put the pit lane times up. You pretty much know if everyone's doing it. If it's 40 seconds more, pretty much understand that's probably what's happened to him, unfortunately.
BJ entered the pits. That's BJ entered
in the pits. Oh, he might have reversed up.
This one here. So holding value.
Oh, he's too deep. He's too deep.
Yeah,
he's definitely too deep.
Definitely
He's been too deep. Bad luck, BJ. I'm not laughing at you, man. That is gutting. Especially being first place. Just too keen, eh?
Yeah. There we go. We'll go.
Put that into the one that got away. So, who do you think set the fastest time around here?
I wonder.
2022. Did I tell you what car it was?
No, 2022. Fastest lap.
So the lap was, yeah. So it's an unusual car. It's definitely an unusual car. It's a Brabham BT62, which is basically a mid-engine vehicle.
Yep. We actually had one of those lapping in New Zealand in the Endurance Series.
Yeah. And it was a V8 supercar driver that behind the wheel. It was Tim Slade.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. So this track originally opened in 1928. 1928. Holy. It's older than you.
1928. Oh,
Yeah, then it closed.
that's
It closed.
unfortunate.
Oh,
Roger.
is that Roger?
Yeah. Really cool looking car as well. The Ferrari with the Monster Energy. One there.
Wrap? They're all wrapped these days, aren't they?
They are.
Cars, they're not painted, they're always wrapped.
There's Craig in the pits. That's Hogan and Shrimpton in the pits at the back. That no, that's him there just leaving. Sam Neill just coming into the pits there. So a lot of these guys just getting their last few stops underway, and currently in P1 is Connor Nixon. P2, last season's P2 finalist, Kenzie Stewart, and our new runner, Blake Dowdall, started P1, just sitting there in third, and one of few cars out there lapping it in the Lamborghini.
So that's actually a great comeback from his little spin earlier. Still staying in third. So all the drivers just to and fro, letting each other pass. I see a passenger car off the track.
Yeah. Here's one, and it's no real surprise. Nick Mitchell up into fourth spot, just doing the usual sharky shark kind of thing on the slow hunt, making his way forward, picking off people up 10 spots from where he started. Well done, Nick, and thank you to you for the product that you provide at MRX Rigs. I'm lucky enough to be sporting one of those, and yeah, it's a fantastic piece of kit, very comfortable, and I enjoy it. Thank you for that. We're very sport for choice in New Zealand with sim-related products, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely some. And the old COVID brought everyone out of the woodwork, didn't it? So, of course, good for iRacing and good for us. Oh,
Yes.
when did you start, Doug? When did you start iRacing?
I was there about a year and a half before lockdown, and I'd only subscribed to iRacing for about 2 months. It was because a friend of mine, Cam Kenta, who has run in the league, said to me, you need to get this because they have sprint cars on it, and he's a big sprint car supporter, and he actually crews for Jamie Duff down here in Christchurch with from Concut in the 19C entry, and they're a wicked piece of machinery, lapping a 400 metre oval circuit on the dirt, and doing that in sort of just under 13 seconds, which is a lot faster than what most performance cars go down a 400 metre straight away. So that gives you a bit of an idea of to how insane those cars are. So yeah, so I did that for the first couple of months, and it was fun. Life got in the way, I paused, and then once the COVID hit, I actually jumped on board with SuperCars NZ and did some racing in the V8s, my first race being Mid-Ohio, which we featured on Tuesday night this week. So that was definitely a big wake-up call. And then it wasn't too long after that, I think, Virtual Motorsport ran their first endurance race at Spa in the V8.
Yes.
So took part in that, and got a healthy dose of serving from Andrew Heimgartner, who mistakenly took our car for another one that had punted him off a few laps earlier. So he went and drilled me at the end of the Kemmel straightaway, and that was on the stream and highly reviewed.
Yes, and obviously we do not condone taking other cars out at all in SuperCars NZ.
That's right.
It gets you banned. It gets you banned.
Virtual Motorsports event, so there was.
Yes.
We definitely.
I'm going. We're going to track you down, buddy. We're going to track you down. Yes. So you better go into the leader because there's like less than a lap to go, or a lap and a half, or two. Because we always miss the white flag. here at SuperCars NZ.
You worried about the flags not coming up? I think that's more of a
Oh, we never get a white flag.
Wayne thing than a Doug thing. I was just enjoying
So
this battle here with
Colin Nixon will be
Steve Darren, Brendan Partridge, and Craig Mason battling it out for 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Steve's up 20 spots from where he started, so hopefully this doesn't end in disaster as those two goosebags do what they're doing at the back. So I'm going to go back to Connor Nixon, so we don't see the drama unfolding as I see Steve's name bouncing up and down, and Brendan Partridge I think has gone off track. Yep, Brendan Partridge went off track and came back on, so Brendan's actually fallen down a few. I reckon Connor Nixon, as he comes round through here now, will get white flagged.
That's the race is over. It's checkered flag.
There we go. Checkered flag. So congratulations there, Connor. And here's second spot Mackenzie Stewart coming by. Well done, Mackenzie. And there's Blake just cruising it. Coming up through into the last corner there as Leith Swinney's getting pushed back to the finish line by Blake Grenhell there. We'll have a quick look and see if I can find that. Here he is, well done. And as Nick Mitchell finished the race there in 4th, and Brett O'Keefe took 5th. Hogan Shrimpton crossing the line there in 6th. Steve Darren, well done. That is nearly not finishing the race as nearly drove into your mate from the auto parts store who was parked facing the wrong way. Dane Northworth there finishing in 8th. Well done. He started in 8th and finished there. Brendan Partridge losing his front bumper as he goes for a skate out towards the ocean in 9th, and Craig Mason coming across the line all kinds of sideways and backwards. Scott McKenzie in 11th there. What was that, Craig Mason? Little wee tippy toe there at the end. That's one way to finish it, Craig. Well done. So what I'll do is, now that the race is over, I'll click on me, and I'm going to quickly bring up the results on here to see who had finished, so we can calculate our end draw.
So cars,
I reckon from Thomas
Gill
there, six laps behind, so position 31 and up.
Or maybe 30 and up. I think he was 6 laps behind. He probably disconnected, did he not? Or let's have a look.
Didn't disconnect. He has finished.
Oh, good on him then. Good on him.
Graham Smythe 14 laps. Joel Hanks 14 laps. So I'm gonna go with Thomas. I'm gonna bring him coming on that because I reckon he's persevered. 37th spot to finish in the 31st. I need one of those, and I need to close that and bring up our spinning wheel. Get rid of the names. Copy 31 numbers from here. Bring the wheel across onto the screen so everyone can see it at home. Let's make it big. 31 numbers. Let's give it a shuffle. Duffle, 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 shuffle, duffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Rightio, here we go. You'll have to let me know, Sean. The wheel is spinning and who it is going to be. Number 20.
20, the person who finished in 20th spot, Young Jack.
Young Jack.
Oh, Young Jack won it.
Jack Grunwald. Well, there we go. I'll see if he's downstairs. I might just bring him up.
I can tell you if he is. He is.
Where
Want
is
me to
his
do it?
name? Where's it? Bring him
I
up
got
if
him.
you see
I
him.
got him. I got him. Yep.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah. Jack. Jack.
Yeah.
Hey,
How was your
mate.
race?
How was it?
Good.
Go on, tell us truly about it.
Yeah.
Lap 1, had a few incidents, lost my steering. Made a good comeback to P20 though, so that was pretty good.
Oh, good. Hey,
Oh, well.
by any chance, is your dad watching the stream, or is your dad nearby?
No, I think he's at work.
Oh, what about mum? What about mum? Is mum nearby?
I can probably go get her.
Oh, no, wouldn't have
No,
to get up.
we'll
But
tell
what we'll
you.
do is we'll let you know, and then you can decide whether you want to tell mum or dad. You would
Okay.
have heard about our wheel entry for a wee prize for our finishers of the race. Apparently, they get $100 cash.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
What would you do if you won $100 cash, Jack?
Probably buy some candy.
Buy some candy. Well, guess
That
what,
is
mate?
cool.
Merry
You've won.
Christmas from SuperCars NZ, because you just won our random wheel of fortune for the evening, and you're going to be $100 richer, mate. All you need to do is get in touch with us later on with your bank account number.
Okay, thanks.
Or you could loan me $100 because I'm pretty tight. I need some money. You want to give me a loan? No, well done,
it's all
Jack.
yours, mate. Well done.
Yeah, mate. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, mate.
See
We'll
you,
put you back down and we'll talk later.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
There you go. He seems
There we go.
stoked.
Oh, nice. And there we go. And he's going to spend it on the right thing as well, candy. So
Of course.
that's good. Well,
I'll tell you what.
hopefully he shouts his dad a burger from KFC or something along the lines. But well done, Jack. And this is what I love about it, mate, is it could have been anyone, and I reckon we've just made some young 14-year-old incredibly happy right before Christmas.
Exactly. You know, hey, that's good. That's good. That's exactly why I did it. 20th place, getting some coin, and that's the whole point. Doesn't matter if you're first, second, third, last. You got a chance. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Hope he's happy and he enjoys it. So
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, thank you for joining me tonight and giving me the opportunity to come along and commentate on the GT3s that I so passionately love to drive. So yeah, thank you for having me here, Sean, and I'll let you sign off for us this evening.
yes. Yeah, I'd like to thank all the drivers for turning up and doing their bit. And obviously, Allports for the big sponsor. We had a good race here at Phillip Island, some good results. Obviously, the first round, so the rest of the season still to come. There is a few drop rounds being the summer series. People do have lives outside sim racing, not me, but all Doug by the sounds of it.
No, not us.
But no, we appreciate this, and hopefully the boys watch the stream and tune in on Saturday night with a special one on Christmas Eve. We're giving away another $100. So
Yes,
for the boys out there watching this, get on there. Doug's going to put up a stream. He's going to be a legend. I'm not going to win the $100, but if I do, I can't win. So there we go. We'll see you on Saturday night. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you then. Cheers.